Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Friday, May 2nd. We're going to break down every single matchup, look at the rosters, the lineup, pitching staff, try to predict the outcome for every single game today. 15 games in total. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? And we'll also take an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We're going over every game, every single day throughout the entire season. You want to make sure that you're subscribed. If you want to join one of our member groups below, click on the link pinned down in the comments. We would definitely appreciate that down below. But please drop a comment in general below. Do you agree, disagree? I'm going to make sure to respond to every single one of them. We have the baseball stuff going on. We have the NFL draft just wrapped up. We have college football, spring bowl, transfer portal stuff going on. We also go over every game during the NFL and the college football season. So guys, if you're a sports fan, this is the place to like and subscribe to. But let's get started looking at these baseball games. Like I said, we have every single team playing today, 15 games in total. Let's start running through these games. The very first one we have kicking things off is going to be at 6:10 p.m., the 14-18 Washington Nationals. Very competitive team. A lot of 1 to 2 run losses here. They're keeping the games close. They're keeping them within striking distance. They'll be facing off versus the 17-15 Cincinnati Reds. Right now, the Reds just outside of first place in the NL Central. They sit at second place right now. They have a 67.4% chance to win this game. Washington a 32.6%. But like I was saying, you have to take Washington serious here because they actually have a pretty decent offense. Right now, the Nationals come in. They're going to be the underdog. The Reds at home, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Cincinnati, they're minus 165. The Nationals are plus 140. Washington, they're averaging 4.2 runs a game, hitting 240, 33 home runs, 28 steals. Where they have a big issue is obviously their starting pitching. They're giving up 5.27 runs per game. That is definitely not where you want to be pitching staff-wise. And for the Reds, started out the season really slow on offense. They've completely turned things around the last 3 weeks, and their pitching has maintained its stability. They're averaging 5.1 runs a game, hitting 249, 35 home runs, 35 steals. Very balanced team, power, speed, generating runs, giving up 3.53 runs per game. Pitching matchup-wise, we're going to have Mitchell Parker right now going for Washington, career 3.97 ERA. This season, great start for him, 3-1 record, 2.65 ERA. The best starter right now for the Nationals, 37.1 innings, 20 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up through his first 5 starts. He does have 16 walks. He walks some guys. Reds drive runs in. They're going to have Hunter Green going for his career 3.5 ERA. 3-2 record this season, 2.7 ERA, 36.2 innings, 43 strikeouts, only 6 walks given up. This guy does not put people on base, but he does give up some homers. He has given up 6 home runs, basically 1 home run per start. Give me the Reds to win this game for them to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And then on Apple TV at 6:40 p.m., we're going to have the 19-11 San Diego Padres. They are 19-11. They sit at second place in the NL West. The NL West is the deepest, the most competitive division in Major League Baseball right now. They'll be facing off first the 12-20 Pittsburgh Pirates. Right now, San Diego, 53.9% chance to win this game. The Pirates a 46.1. San Diego 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Padres are minus 155. The Pirates are plus 130. San Diego, with that deadly lineup, that lineup is starting to slip down in the statistical rankings right now. They're not driving in as many runs as they're capable of. They're still doing enough to win games, but they're technically much better than that. They have Machado. Tatis having a great year, 345 average, 8 home runs, 18 RBIs. As a team, they're averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting 259, 26 home runs, 26 stolen bases. It's that pitching staff. They have a top 3 team ERA in all of baseball, giving up 2.86 runs per game, and they have a really good starting pitching staff. They have a really good bullpen as well to complement it and shut games out. Right now, the Pirates are averaging 3.4 runs a game, hitting 224, 24 home runs, 35 steals. Very aggressive on the base pass. They're giving up 4.23 runs a game. The Pirates have Mitch Keller going, young pitcher, good pitcher. He's been a 200 strikeout pitcher before. 1-2 record, 3.97 ERA, 34 innings, 26 strikeouts, keeping the ball in the ballpark. Only 2 home runs given up through his first 5 starts. And for the Padres, they have the veteran Dylan Cease going right now. Not the best start to his season so far, but overall, this guy's been a very consistent pitcher throughout his career. 3.8 ERA, 4 straight 200 strikeout seasons. This season so far, 1-2 record, 5.76 ERA. Like I was just saying, Not the best start for him, but he's a veteran. You know he's going to get things under control. You know he's going to get better as the season goes along month by month. 29.2 innings, 36 strikeouts. Where his weakness is he's giving up a lot of hits, putting guys on base. But when a team's been known to swing and miss, you don't want to be going up against these. Give me the Padres with that bullpen capable of shutting it out in the later innings. They win this one, they cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And at 6:45 p.m., this is going to be a really good one. This is a good pitching matchup, but this is two really good teams. We're going to have the 17-14 Arizona Diamondbacks. It's crazy that you can be 3 games over 500 and you are 4th place in the NL West. That's how deep that division is. They'll be facing off versus the 17-14 Philadelphia Phillies, 2nd in the NL East. These teams are both really good, and then you have Arizona, who is just really hot right now, starting to pitch better, but it's that offense that's going to carry this team potentially towards a playoff position. Right now, the Diamondbacks a 41.2% chance to win this game. Phillies a 58.8 at home. Philadelphia 1.5 run favorites over here is 9.5. Philly, they are minus 150. The Diamondbacks are plus 125. It's that Arizona offense that gives them a shot here. They have a lot of power. They hit a lot of home runs. Top 5 in home runs right now. They're averaging 5.2 runs a game, hitting 245. 42 home runs, 27 stolen bases, giving up 4.39 runs per game. But they are pitching better the last 2 weeks. And right now the Phillies are averaging 4.6 runs a game. This is a Phillies team, when you look at this lineup, one of the best offensive lineups in baseball. They're not all hitting right now. Once Bryce Harper gets hot, that's going to carry this roster up to the playoffs. This is a team that usually gets hot August, September, and they have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Yes, they're not all turning it on right now, but on paper, once they get everything on fire, there's going to be a deadly pitching staff. They're averaging 4.6 runs a game, hitting 251, 27 home runs, 30 steals, giving up 4 runs per game. We're going to have Merrill Kelly right now going for the Arizona Diamondbacks, 3-1 record, 4.41 ERA, 32.2 innings, 25 strikeouts, 5 home runs given up. He's going up against Jesus Luzardo, who was a really good pitcher before, 3.4 ERA guy for his career, but this season he has been on point the entire year. 3-0 record, 1.73 ERA. 36.1 innings, 41 strikeouts, only 1 home run given up. He's not putting guys on base, not giving up hits, not walking guys, keeping the ball in the ballpark, which is what you want versus this aggressive Diamondbacks lineup who hits a lot of home runs. Give me Philadelphia to win this one, but this is going to be a tough game. To me, it's a 50-50. It could go either way, but I'll trust the Phillies at home here. They just got to get that bullpen back to pitching well. Philadelphia wins. They cover the spread. I'm actually going to go with the under this game. And on the MLB Network at 7:05 p.m., the 14-17 Tampa Bay Rays here. Their offense starting to slip a little bit versus the 18-13 New York Yankees. This is a divisional matchup. These teams play each other a lot. Tampa Bay 4th in the AL East. New York right now 1st in the AL East. The Yankees come in 67.7% chance to win this game. Tampa Bay 32.3. The Yankees 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 8.5. The Yankees are minus 210. Tampa Bay plus 175. The Yankees are heavy favorites here. And when you look at this offensive lineup, you definitely see why they have the number 1 or number 2 offense. They're right there with the Cubs, kind of bouncing back and forth. They score a lot of home runs. They hit a lot of home runs. It is ridiculous. This team lives by the long ball. Judge right now hitting .427 in the second month of the season. 10 home runs, 32 RBIs. Right now, Tampa Bay, they're averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting .249. 27 home runs, 33 steals, giving up 3.57 runs per game. You have to give the edge to the Yankees starting pitching-wise, bullpen-wise, but you can't overlook history. Usually, historically, the Tampa Bay Rays, for some reason, always own the Yankees, especially when they're at home at Steinbrenner Field, if you want to call that home. But this game is going to be in the Bronx. The Yankees right now, 5.7 runs a game, hitting .267. 53 home runs given up. That's top 2 in baseball. 22 steals, giving up 3.72. When Garrett Cole went down, he was the ace. Max Fried has stepped in perfectly. He might be the best pitcher in baseball right now. He's going for the Yankees. 5-0 record. They haven't lost a start of his. 1.19 ERA, 37.2 innings, 33 strikeouts, only 9 walks, only 2 home runs given up for his career, a 3.0 ERA. And then you have Ryan Pepiot right now going for Tampa Bay. 2-3 record, 4.24 ERA for his career, 3.8, 34 innings, 34 strikeouts, 8 home runs given up. That's a little concerning. He's a little susceptible to the long ball. The Yankees crush the long ball. Judge crushes home runs. Judge could be due for another home run today. Give me the Yankees to win this one to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. Now, this game at 7:05, to me, it's kind of a 50-50 pick, and we're going to have the 17-15 Kansas City Royals, 2 game over 500, which is really commendable with that really bad offense they have, versus the 12-18 Baltimore Orioles. Right now, the Orioles come into this game. They have a 52.4% chance to win this game. KC has a 47.6% chance to win this game. The Orioles are the favorites here, 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 9.5. Vegas sees some runs being scored. Baltimore's minus 135. The Royals are plus 115. Right now, Kansas City, their biggest issue has been their offense consistently scoring runs to back up their starting pitching. They're only averaging 3.3 runs a game, hitting 234, only 15 home runs. I'm sorry, you guys, you got to do way better than that through one full month of baseball. You have to hit more than a home run every other game. 26 steals, giving up 3.16 runs per game. This team's starting pitching has been great. They have the edge pitcher-wise, but their offense has to find some type of way to generate runs outside of Bobby Witt Jr. And then you have Baltimore. We know that they have massive issues starting pitching-wise. That was always going to be the case preseason, but we knew that they were going to be able to score runs. We knew they were going to be able to hit home runs. They just got to work on that starting pitching. They're averaging 4 runs a game, hitting 223, 37 home runs, 18 steals, giving up 5.47 runs per game. One of the worst pitching staffs in baseball, starting pitching-wise, bullpen-wise. Right now for KC, they have Michael Wacha going for his career 3.88 ERA this season. Pitching great. They just can't give him run support. 1-3 record, 3.38 ERA, 32 innings, 26 strikeouts, only 1 home run. He's keeping the scores down. Just give him 3 or 4 runs and he can get you a win. And then you have Dean Kremer right now going for the Orioles. Awful start to the season. 2-4 record, 7.04 ERA for his career. He's about 4.3. So look for that number to continue to come down here. And thankfully for him, he's playing the Royals and they just can't score runs. He has 30.2 innings, 20 strikeouts, 8 home runs given up. 8 walks, 7 home runs given up, but KC can't buy a home run right now. This game's a 50-50 pick 'em to me because I can see Wacha pitching great and still losing this game, but I can see him pitching great and then winning like a 2-1 type game. Give me KC to pull off the upset win here, going with the plus 1.5, going with the under. That's 7:07 p.m. We have the 18-13 Cleveland Guardians, second place in the AL Central versus the 15-16 Toronto Blue Jays, third place in the AL East. Right now, the Blue Jays at home, 63% chance to win this game. Cleveland, 37% chance, but you have to at least respect the Guardians and what they're capable of. Very competitive team, a bullpen starting to play well. Right now, the Blue Jays 1.5 run favorites. The over-under is 8.5 runs. Toronto comes in, they are minus 150. Cleveland plus 125. Cleveland, they're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 223, 34 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.3 runs a game. Toronto, right now, they got to hit the long ball. This team has a lot of offensive potential here. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Springer, Bichette, they have a lot of weapons. They are not hitting home runs. They should have twice as many home runs as they have right now. They're averaging 3.5 runs a game, hitting 237, 19 home runs, 20 steals, giving up 4.31 runs per game. These teams very evenly matched pitching-wise. Right now, you have Logan Allen going for Cleveland, 1-2 record, 4.21 ERA, 25.2 innings, 18 strikeouts. He's given up a lot of walks here. Can Toronto turn those into runs? They have Chris Bassett going. Chris Bassett, very consistent pitcher throughout his career. The Athletics, the Mets, the Blue Jays. Usually he's the same guy week in, week out. That's something that you can count on, that you can rely on. He has a 2-2 record this season, 2.62 ERA, 34.1 innings, 39 strikeouts, only 7 walks, only 2 home runs given up. He's keeping the score down. Toronto just hit 1 or 2 home runs. Give him the run support he needs. Give me Toronto to win this game, to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And another really, really close game at 7:10 p.m. The 13-19 Minnesota Twins, guys. They were playing hot there. Now they're starting to fall back. They can't let the season get away from them. They're much better than they've opened this season out. This coaching staff is feeling a lot of heat right now. They're facing off versus the 17-16 Boston Red Sox. Interesting to note, Boston usually very competitive at Fenway Park. They're going to be at home here. They have a 49.1% chance to win this one. Minnesota, a 50.9%. That's as close to a 50-50 as it gets. Right now, the Twins, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. Minnesota, they're minus 115. The Red Sox are minus 105. That's obviously pretty interesting numbers. Right now, Minnesota, they're averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 235, 25 home runs, 18 steals, giving up 3.52 runs per game. They have the edge pitching-wise. Bullpen for Boston, very iffy the last few games, blowing a lot of games. Can the bullpen hold on to this game if they have a late lead? Right now, Boston, They're averaging 5.1 runs a game, hitting 251, 40 home runs, 36 steals, giving up 4.03 runs per game. Joe Ryan going for the Twins. This is the guy you want. When you're starting to slide, you want Ryan on the mound. 3.5 career ERA, 2-2 record this season, 3.18 ERA, 34 innings, 39 strikeouts, only 4 walks given up. This guy has great control throughout the season. You need that versus the Red Sox. They do hit a lot of home runs, and they know how to play at Fenway Park. The Boston Red Sox, they have Bello going right now. 2-0 record, 3.27 ERA, 11 innings, 7 strikeouts. For his career, a 4.2 ERA. Hasn't pitched that much this season. Going to put a lot of pressure on that bullpen to be a potential bullpen-led game. I could see the Twins pulling off the win here. They have the better starter pitcher. But give me Boston first game at home here. Boston wins this one, going with the plus 1.5. And I'm actually going to go with the under this matchup. And another one of those games I could just honestly see going either way. It's 7:10 p.m. The 17-15 Athletics, third in the AL West, versus the 12-18 Miami Marlins, who have actually been really good on offense. A very competitive team, but they cannot pitch to save their life. They give up a lot of runs. One of the worst overall pitching teams in all of baseball. Right now, the Marlins have 44.1% chance to win this game. The A's a 55.9%. Right now, the A's 1.5 run favorites. The over and here is 9.5. The Athletics minus 135. Miami plus 115. The A's, they don't necessarily pitch well, but they hit a lot of home runs. Very aggressive swing in the bat. 4.2 runs a game, hitting 253, 41 home runs, 10 steals, giving up 4.45 runs per game, which is high, but it's not Miami Marlins high. Right now, the Marlins 4.5 runs a game. Like I said, they can score, but they give up way more runs than they score. They're hitting 255, 27 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 5.89 runs per game. The issue's been the starting pitching. It's been the bullpen. It's up and down throughout the entire starting roster right now. Right now for the A's, they're going with Hoagland, who's making his first Major League Baseball start. His first innings pitched are going to be today. He's facing off versus Valente Bellozo. Right now, 0-1 record, 2.25 ERA, 8 innings, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks in 8 innings. That's not necessarily good. You don't want to put guys on base for a team that hits home runs. He hasn't given up a home run yet, but obviously only 2 starts to his record, and he lost one of those starts. But this is one of those games the Marlins can score some runs here. If Bellozo can pitch just good enough versus a rookie guy he's going up against, how does he handle the big stage here? I can see the Athletics winning this guy's first start, especially if this turns into a bullpen-type game. But give me Miami to do just enough to win this one, going with the plus 1.5, and I'll go with the over here. And on MLB Network at 7:15, we have the 21-10 LA Dodgers, first place in the NL West. Obviously, when you look at this roster, top to bottom, best roster in baseball when they're healthy, when they're all hitting and pitching. That's not been the case this season. Yes, they have one of the best teams, tied for the best overall record, but everyone has to be healthy here. This team has been decimated, especially starting pitching-wise, bullpen-wise. They have a lot of injuries. They've actually shown themselves to be mortal. Then you have the Braves coming in here at 14-16. Started out the season 0-7. I told everyone, no reason to panic. They're going to get hot. When they do, there's going to be hell to pay. Since then, they've gone 14-9. Very hot team right now, trying to fight their way back to 500. Right now, the Dodgers 58.6% chance to win. The Braves a 41.4%. Dodgers 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 8.5. This is going to be a good team. This is 2 teams that are very talented. This is 2 playoff-worthy teams. Right now, the Dodgers, they're the favorites here. The over-under is 8.5. Dodgers minus 175. The Braves are plus 145. The Dodgers come in just behind the Yankees in home runs. They're averaging 5.4 runs a game, hitting 258, 50 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 3.86 runs per game. Starting to pitch a lot better. Braves are starting to do a lot of things better. They're starting to score some runs. They're starting to pitch better. As they're getting hotter, they're getting a lot more competitive here, so you have to respect them. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game. They are hitting 245, 35 home runs, 19 steals. This is all without their best player. Don't forget, they don't even have their best player right now. They're giving up 4.22 runs per game. And for the Dodgers, they have Yamamoto going, yes, not his best start last start, but overall, a top 3 pitcher in baseball right now. 3-2 record, 1.06 ERA, 34 innings, 43 strikeouts, only 2 home runs given up. And then you have Grant Holmes going for the Braves. This guy's been pitching very good for them situationally when they need a great start. Overall, not the best numbers, but he's a situational type starting pitcher. 2-1 record, 4.5 ERA, 28 innings, 26 strikeouts. What scares the crap out of me? 17 walks. Yes, sometimes that sets up the double play, but if you're putting guys on base versus the Dodgers, they're top 3 in runs scored. It's not going to turn out well. Give me the Dodgers to win this game. To cover the spread, I'll go with the over. And at 7:40 p.m., the 16-14 Houston Astros. They fought their way back to 500. Now they're 2 games over 500. They're facing off first the 8-23 Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox, yes, they have an awful record. Yes, they lost 121 games last season, but they're actually kind of a little bit of a scrappy team this year. Right now, the White Sox 37.4% chance to win this game. Houston's starting to get hot, starting to score some runs. Pitching has continued to be their strength. They have a 62.6% chance to win. They're 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Astros are minus 235. The White Sox are plus 195. Outside of Jose Altuve, they're starting to hit. Just think what's going to happen once they get Alvarez hot. They're averaging 3.9 runs a game, hitting 236, 25 home runs, 20 steals. It's that pitching, only giving up 3.23 runs per game. That's a top 5 overall pitching team. The White Sox average 3.5 runs a game, hitting 213, 25 home runs, 23 steals, giving up 4.05 runs per game. Right now, they're going to have Jonathan Cannon going throughout his career. He's usually been a very consistent pitcher. 1-3 record this season, 4.5 ERA, 32 innings, 27 strikeouts. A lot of walks there, 17 walks. And then you have Valdez going for the Astros. Started out this season really bad. He's been very consistent the last few starts. This is their ace starter. This is the guy who's going to start a playoff one type game, and he's starting to pitch a lot better. 1-3 record, 4 ERA, 36 innings, 31 strikeouts, only 3 home runs given up. Give me the Astros to win this game, but I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. They win it, they cover the spread, but I'll go with the under. And at 8:05 p.m., we're going to have a West Coast type matchup. We have the 18-12 Seattle Mariners, first place in the AL West, versus the 16-16 Texas Rangers, fourth in the AL West. Very competitive division also. One thing you have to understand about the Rangers is, yes, their offense has been very porous this season, but on paper, one of the best offensive rosters in baseball. They're just not hitting, but at least they have their pitching staff has been performing very well this season. But Seattle, they are hot right now in multiple ways. 62.1% chance to win this one. The Rangers a 37.9 at home. Seattle 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. The Mariners, they're minus 120. The Rangers are even. You have to give them some respect at home. But right now, Seattle, they can pitch, they can hit, they have power, they have speed. One of the most rounded teams in baseball. They average 5.1 runs a game, hitting 241, 45 home runs, 37 steals, giving up 3.74 runs per game. And for the Rangers, like I said, the stats offensively is not what this team's capable of. They average 3.2 runs a game, hitting 229, 30 home runs, 27 steals, giving up 3.26 runs per game. Pitching is definitely made up for that offense. Right now you have Brian Wu going for Seattle, career 3.4 ERA guy this season. Great opening to the season. 3-1 record, 3.09 ERA, 32 innings, 30 strikeouts, only 7 walks, only 3 home runs. Going up against Jack Leiter. One thing about Leiter is he's had a lot of injury issues this season. 2-0 record, 2.03 ERA, 13.1 innings, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks. A lot of walks there, 0 home runs, but it's the injuries. What's going to be his full health status this game? If he's off, if he lacks control here, Seattle's going to make him pay in multiple ways. They have the better lineup right now, better scoring team. You have to give pitching edge to the Rangers here, but they got to score some runs here. Give me Seattle winning this game, covering the spread. Lower scoring game, but just enough to hit the over. And on Apple TV, we're going to have an NL Central matchup at 8:10 p.m. The 19-13 Chicago Cubs, the best offense in baseball, just edging past the Yankees, versus the 16-16 Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee can also score some runs. You don't want to overlook them. Right now, the Cubs 53.4% chance to win this game. Milwaukee 46.6. Cubs 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 7.5. Chicago minus 120. Milwaukee's even. Chicago comes in 6 runs per game, hitting 264, 46 home runs, 44 steals, giving up 3.98 runs per game. They have a pretty good pitching staff here. They have some issues here, especially bullpen-wise. Milwaukee might have the slight edge overall bullpen team-wise, but Chicago has the better starting pitching. Right now, Milwaukee 5 runs a game, hitting 244, 27 home runs, 40 steals, 4.23 ERA. When you look at those offensive stats for Chicago there on the right, it is crazy. This team scores some runs, and they do it in multiple ways. They can beat you multiple ways. Right now, for the Cubs, they have Ben Brown going. Not good numbers for him. 6.04 ERA, 2-2 record, 25.1 innings, 31 strikeouts, 14 walks, 34 hits. Putting guys on base here. Milwaukee can make you pay. They're at home. They have Clint Priester going 1-0 record, 3.79 ERA, 19 innings, 13 strikeouts. But he's almost walking one guy per inning. I could see this game going either way here. I could see Chicago beating the crap out of the Brewers. I could see the Brewers pulling off this game versus the Cubs. I'm not personally going to bet on this one, but give me Milwaukee to pull off the upset plus 1.5, and we'll go with the over. And at 8:15 p.m., the 21-11 New York Mets, first place in the NL Central, tied for most wins in baseball versus the 14-18 St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis can score runs, though, here. They're at home. You got to take this game serious. Right now, the Mets, 45.9% chance to win this game. St. Louis, a 54.1%. The Mets, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Mets are minus 120. The St. Louis Cardinals are even. The Mets, one thing they have going for them is they're starting to score some runs here. Outside of Soto, Lindor, Alonso, they were not getting any production from that 4 through 9. They're actually starting to score, but now they're also starting to give up some runs. They have a lot of injuries concerns to their bullpen, who was number one in baseball. Overall, statistically, they still have the number one pitching team in baseball. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 244, 36 home runs, 19 steals, giving up 2.68 runs per game. That is still number one in baseball. St. Louis Cardinals, 4.6 runs a game, hitting 256. 30 home runs, 25 steals, giving up 4.22 runs per game. Right now for the Cardinals, they have the very consistent throughout his entire career. As long as he's not wearing New York Yankees pinstripes, Sonny Gray, you usually get the same thing every single start. Very good pitcher. For his career, 3.5 ERA. This season, 3.6 ERA. 3-0 record. 35 innings, 33 strikeouts. He knows how to pitch the Mets. The Mets beat him last time earlier this season, though. Right now, the Mets have Clay Holmes. They are 5-1 in his 6 starts. For his record, he's 3-1, 2.64 ERA. This guy, going from reliever to starting pitcher, has not missed a beat at all. He's looked great. 30.2 innings, 36 strikeouts, 0 home runs given up. The Mets need a long game here. They're going to need some innings from him. Their bullpen is blowing games left and right. That's why they have a real shot at losing this game, is due to that destroyed bullpen. Clay Holmes, he's a new starting pitcher, not known for pitching past the 5th or 6th inning, but give me the Mets to do just enough. But this is one of those games that's very iffy. Mets win it. They cover the spread. I'll go with the over. At 9:38, our second to last game, the 20-12 Detroit Tigers, first place in the AL Central versus the 12-18 LA Angels. Angels started out the season really hot. They're still hitting a lot of home runs. Pitching's completely fallen apart. They're starting to fall down the rankings. Now 5th in the AL West. You have the Angels, 36.7% chance to win. Detroit, a 63.3%. Detroit, 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. The Tigers, they're minus 175. The Angels are plus 145. Detroit, top 3 overall pitching team in baseball, and they have a great offense. They're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 245, 34 home runs, 14 steals, only giving up 3.01 runs per game. Pitching is elite so far this season. The Angels, they hit a lot of home runs. It's just there's a lot of solo home runs. They're averaging 3.7 runs a game, hitting 214, 41 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 4.91 runs per game. That's not going to cut it. They're going to have Jose Soriano, who's going to have to keep this game low scoring. 2-4 record, 4.5 ERA, 34 innings, 26 strikeouts. And for Detroit, they have one of their best going. They have Skubal going, 3-2 record, 2.34 ERA, 34.2 innings, 40 strikeouts, only 5 walks, only 3 home runs given up. Elite control this season. He's also a strikeout pitcher. Angels, when they're not hitting the home run, they strike out a lot. Give me the Tigers to win this one to cover the spread. I'll go with the over. And on MLB Network at 10:15 p.m., our final game today, the 6-25 Colorado Rockies. Are they getting hot, guys? Are they about to go on a winning streak? Maybe quite possibly. They'll be playing the 19-13 San Francisco Giants. 19-13 and they're 3rd place in the NL West. What a crazy division. Right now, the Giants, heavy favorites here, 76.8% chance to win. Colorado, 23.2%. They're such a heavy favorite then. It actually kind of scares me. Whenever a team's favored that much, sometimes they get upset. Right now, the Giants, they are 1.5 run favorites. The over here is 7.5. San Francisco, minus 265. Colorado, plus 215. Poor Colorado Rockies. They don't score runs. They don't pitch well. They don't pitch as bad as the Marlins, though. Right now, the Rockies are averaging 3.2 runs a game, hitting 211, 26 home runs, 14 steals, giving up 5.3 runs per game. We know Colorado is a tough place to pitch. And right now, San Francisco, they average 4.6 runs a game, hitting 227, 31 home runs, 21 steals. They have the edge pitching-wise, giving up 3.56 runs per game. For the Rockies, they have Santazella going, 1-4 record, 5.22 ERA, 29.1 innings, innings, 13 strikeouts. He's got to get those strikeouts up. And then for the Giants, you have Robbie Ray going, the veteran. This guy's pitched up and down. He's not striking out as many guys as he usually strikes out, but he's striking out enough. He's keeping the ball on the ground in the ballpark, but he's flirting with danger because he is walking a lot of guys. 3-0 record, 3.73 ERA, 31.1 innings, 33 strikeouts, but 19 walks. You got to cut that down, Ray. 5 home runs given up, but he's striking guys out. Colorado does strike out a lot. Give me the Giants winning this one, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. Guys, that's just our breakdown, our predictions, our best bets for all of our Major League Baseball games coming up for Friday, May 2nd. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Drop a comment below. I will respond. If you want to join one of our member groups, click on the link pinned in the comments. Thanks.